these are the people who are giving their time and talents and just helping Dairy Discovery be the best that it can be. So this is what we call our advisory board. So they come together. We've been meeting once a month. Like we said, Dairy Discovery is a new nonprofit, but our program has been around for 16 years. So new nonprofit back in 2018. So we're still kind of learning the ropes. So what I thought might be fun, I don't know if you guys saw how fun this hayride is. Like we just went through.
So fun.
Yeah, stellar. And we've got Melinda driving us. We've got cheese and we've got wine, and we just want to do some pairings. So we are heading over to the robot farm. You guys get to see some beautiful scenery. And what I thought we'd do is just kind of pass the phone around and just have everybody do a quick intro of their name and then just why they support Dairy Discovery and what they do or what talents, I guess, you bring. You know, I told you all. So, somebody's liking it. Hi, guys. Thanks for joining in.
Hi.
So, there's Catherine.
Hi, I'm Catherine. I am a mom, a wife, and a portfolio analyst at an animal health company, and I believe in dairy farmers and what they do and the nutritious products that they produce for us every day.
So, I knew Catherine and I were going to be really good friends when she told me her email address, and it was Canadian Dairy Girl. I'm like, we're friends. So, and can you also help volunteer at my nonprofit organization? So, very cool. Yeah, you guys are missing some commotion here. I just went past the neighbor's house, who also happens to be on the advisory board. So they were waving to their kids that they were home. Okay, next up.
Hi, I'm Tommy Hirsch. I'm Annie's cousin, first cousin. We're both managing partners at Swiss Lane Farms and obviously sit on the board at Dairy Discovery. We're passionate about educating our community about where their food comes from, and we feel it's important to the sustainability of our business to introduce our community to their food supply. So thanks for joining us today. It's been a great day. Annie and Melinda and the Dairy Discovery team have done a great job. I'm glad I get to be in this closing hours and not in the beginning hours. So with that, I'll pass it to Brad.
Do we have any viewers, Brad? Do you see anybody?
11.
Oh, anybody commenting?
Everybody says we're amazing.
Yeah.
Imagine that. All right.
So, hi, I'm Brad. I was on the last video about growing corn, so I decided to come on the hayride, but I am not on the advisory board.
Hello, everyone. My name is... Here, let me turn
There
this
we
way.
go.
Oh, here we go. Hello. Oh, it wants us to turn it back.
That doesn't work.
Okay.
That's good.
Hello, everyone. I'm Kelsey. I am on the board for Dairy Discovery. Funny story, Swiss Lane actually started my whole career here in the dairy industry. I was the intern that pretty much never left the farm. They're a great family, farming family, and I've learned so much from them already. I'm happy to be here serving on the board. I have been working in the industry now for about 5 years. I work for a genetics company, and it's been quite the adventure ever since. This is my boyfriend here, Bram. He's here for the ride, for the wine, and the cheese.
Yep.
All the other good stuff, too. Do you want to introduce yourself?
Yeah, I'll introduce myself here. Hi, my name is Bram DeSager, and my family, we own a dairy farm in central Michigan. Came up here with my girlfriend, and here to support everything going on. I think the Dairy Discovery deal is a great thing, and a lot more people should advertise the dairy industry this way. So, cheers.
Yeah, cheers.
I'm Pete. I'm on the board. My wife Lynn. We're neighbors, and I think it's a great mission to connect people with their food. I think it's kind of a tragedy that people don't understand where food comes from and how it's produced. So I think it's a great mission, and these guys are great neighbors, and proud to be on the board.
I'm Annie. I am married to Tommy, who you met a few minutes ago. Our kids have enjoyed the Dairy Day Camp program through Dairy Discovery for a few years now. They were on a video earlier today, had a lot to say about how much they enjoyed it. Wonderful program, and Melinda's great, but we don't have enough to say good things to say about how wonderful the Dairy Discovery program is and how much they do to gain awareness about, again, where your food comes from, and reaching out to the community and letting other people be involved and come on the farm and actually see how this all happens. And we think it's just wonderful. So we appreciate you watching, and thanks for viewing.
Jeff said no, so I'm taking over. So, kind of funny, you guys just met Annie Ersch. We're just going to do a little.
Yeah, that's good.
We have to. So, I was Annie Ersch. I am Annie Ersch. She's the new Annie Ersch. I'm the old Annie Ersch. She loves to say that. So, and the weird thing is she's married to Tom. And so at the farm, I was like, oh, Annie and Tom, but it's not, it gets kind of confusing. And so it's kind of funny. So, anyway, just some family drama. I'm sure every family has that, common names.
Especially when you see her name tag at a conference.
Yeah, so we were at a conference. Michigan Farm Bureau hosted this dinner, and Jerry and I show up, and we grab our name tags and go sit down, and Tommy and Annie show up 10 minutes later, fashionably late, right? And they sit down, and Annie's all frazzled, they didn't even have my name tag. And I looked down, and I was like, oh, I was wearing the name tag Annie Ersch, and I hadn't been Annie Ersch for 10 years. So Annie Link is my name. Sometimes I don't even know that. Yeah, you guys liking that? Okay, so that's a little bit about our advisory board. We are here at the robot farm, and so, we're going to go in there. But first, I forgot to show you guys. We have to talk about the dairy product of the hour. The featured dairy product is cheese. So everybody was having wine. I'm going to pass this around to you guys, and I want you to try to figure out which cheese you think would be best paired with the wine that you chose.
Ooh, Basil Farmers is best paired with everything.
Cheese goes with everything, Ed. Cheese goes with everything.
Okay. Well, they say if you have a red wine, you're supposed to pick a cheddar. Pete, you like to talk about this stuff. Pete loves wine. What? You don't? You just eat or just drink? Okay.
The two on the end, so the hard cheddar.
Okay.
And the other one, what is on the end there? Those are the red wines. The first two is the Basil Farmers and the Munster. Is that what's there?
The Munster's going to be the
the
white cheese with the orange rind. And then,
Go with the sharp cheddar and the Basil Farmer.
Melinda, didn't you talk to us about some of those cheeses are actually lactose free? Hard cheeses.
Good for those who have a difficult chew with lactose.
Okay, so the hard cheeses.
All right, the hard cheeses.
Okay.
And yogurts. Deanna told us you can have yogurt too.
Oh, we're here. We're fine.
Okay, so those hard cheeses are these ones right here. Okay, so those would be the ones with lactose. So if you guys are lactose issues, then you still get to eat really good cheese. So no sad faces on that. It's good. Okay. So
This is a really big tray. We're actually 6 feet apart.
yeah. You know what? They've shown those ways that you can
Socially distance with the cow.
well, I think just the way that you are viewing the phone, or holding it at the different angle, what it appears and what's actually reality. So, anyway, what else was on the schedule?
Go in and show the robot milk.
Oh, you guys are going to stay out here and drink wine and cheese while me and Melinda go educate everyone, okay? You guys are the entertainment,
If you wanna
and
learn about the robot milk,
we're also going to be the education.
If you
So,
want to learn, you can come in.
Okay.
okay, let's go.
I've seen them before, but I'm going to see them.
Bram, do you guys have robots at your farm?
Nope. No, we
Okay.
do not.
They have considered
We
that.
have considered
Yeah.
it, but it's still a waiting process, I'd say.
Is it on your wish list?
It is on my wish list.
Okay, so we'll see. So we want more robots too, actually. It's been kind of on our list for a while. Oh, I better turn you around so you can see where we're going. Yeah, we have a little viewing area here, so we wanted to kind of thought ahead and said, we've got people coming to the farm. We want to have an area that is really easily accessible for them to get to come in and check out the robotic milkers. So we built the robot dairy in 2011, and it has been kind of terrifying and challenging, and also really rewarding, and just really cool to see all the different things that we can do, learning about the cows and all these different data points that we can get. I usually like to bring people into the freestall barn first before we come and look at the milking. But today I just thought, we have a lot more to do during this, during the rest of these few hours. So I just brought you right into the robot room. You're gonna have to look at a different segment if you wanna see the freestall barn. So, okay, we're gonna come in and actually go right in. Hopefully you guys can still hear me. It is kind of loud in here, because the fans are on and stuff. It's funny, I've got a sweatshirt on, but all the fans are running still. The cows, oh, look it, she heard me. Okay, so what the cow's licking right now is they actually get a treat as they come in to get milked. And that treat is always based off of their milk production. So the more milk they make, the more of a treat they're gonna get. Somebody's asking, how many robots do you have? We have 8 automatic milking systems, or 8 robots here. So we've got 2 in this room, and then we have 3 other rooms just like this in the barn. So you said, how many head will the rotary milk and how many minutes? Rotary, this is a robot. I think you meant robot. So they usually figure that 1 robot will milk about 65 cows. You guys, great questions. You can keep them coming. I don't know what you don't know about the robot, so I'll just keep talking, and if you have a question, go ahead and submit it here, and I'll answer you right away. Okay, yeah, Misty, it is cool. I love the robots. So the thing that I really think is cool about the robots is the cows kind of go on their own schedule. They don't have to wait for the rest of their group. They don't have to wait for us to come and get them. They just can kind of go in whenever they want. And to a point. So the cows can't just go in unlimited times. We actually put the cap at 6 times a day for a cow to get milked. So some of our cows are getting milked 6 times a day here, compared to the parlor that we learned about in the 1 a.m. hour of this World Milk Day telethon live streaming event. So, yeah, the parlor, the cows have to wait to go with their group, and we milk 16 or 32 cows at a time there. And then the cows here, they're on their own schedule. So some of them will go 6 times a day. Some of them will go all the way down to 2 times a day. So 2 is the minimum times a day that they'll get milked here. So if a cow doesn't come in, we have a list. You can see that computer screen right there. Somebody comes in and they look up the list and say, it's called the long wait list. Like the cows haven't come in to milk in more than 12 hours. Then we have to go and find that cow and see what's wrong. So that is very, very limited. Sometimes it'll depend on like the weather or something like that. It's really hot. The cows are just like, no, not feeling it, or something like that. So but most of the time there's only a couple of cows that they go check, and then we'll do a complete analysis on those cows. Like we'll check out their urine sample, we'll do a manure sample, we'll do a milk sample, we'll do a temperature, and just do a full audit on that cow to figure out what's wrong. Other cool thing about the robots, you're not going to be able to see it quite, so oh, that one's done. She's heading back to the barn now. Oh, somebody asked, how long does it take? The box time is what we call it. That is only about 6 minutes for the cow to be in there. At the main farm, we have the parlor, right, where we milk the 32 cows at a time. That one takes about 5 minutes. So the robot and, well, no, Tom's probably going to, I think they're a lot more comparable now. It is 6 minutes? Okay, so Tom, why aren't you watching? You could be correcting me. So
I love how she just was in line waiting and
yeah.
just walked right on her own.
Yeah, So they just kind of wait to come in. Well, they know, they get on that schedule, they get on that routine that we've talked about so many times today, and it's just kind of like, oh, that's their, their habit for the day. They just kind of know what to do, when to do it. But the other thing that really encourages them to come into the robot is that treat that gets dropped down. They just really crave that. It's really high energy pellet. It'd be almost like if you put a little dish of Starburst out for me, I'd come around over and over. We had one cow, she broke the record. She tried to come into the milking robot 21 times in 1 hour. She of course can't get milk 21 times in an hour, but she just thought she could come in there and the treat would drop down for her. So they only do that a couple of times, then they realize like, oh, this isn't going to work, and then they get on their schedule and then they'll figure it out. So there is a training process, right? When the cows first come in, first have their calf and they first start to make milk, we bring the cows into the robot 3 times a day still. So it's kind of like somebody still here milking the cows 3 times a day because we got to train them. But after that, it takes maybe, depends on the cow really, but a maximum of 2 weeks. If the cow's not getting it after 2 weeks, she's just not going to be a robot cow. And that happens very rarely. So anyway, the cows will get trained and then they just kind of go on their own. And as their production peaks, they'll probably come more and more often. And they'll get up to that maximum 6 times a day. So you're looking at the robotic milker attaching right now, and it's got these laser lights that it uses to try to figure out how to hook up the milker. It uses those lasers. The other cool thing about this is the robot actually has a map or an image of the cow's udder that it takes after the first time she comes in. It has that image and it has her measurements. So every time she comes in, it gets more and more accurate. So it uses the measurements or the udder map, and then it uses the laser lights. And the other thing it uses is she's standing on a scale. So it knows her body weight and knows as she shifts back and forth and shifts her body weight, it knows to move up. You can see this little arm moving back and forth so it can adjust to her movements. So it's pretty cool how this robot just knows the cow and tracks it. So the thing that we really appreciate about these robots too is that all the data points that we can track on the cows, we can give them like individualized care. So like I said, that pellet that they're eating is all according to their milk production. We're not going to give a cow that makes 50, or we don't have very many cows that make 50 pounds, but let's say hypothetically, had a cow that makes 50 pounds, and we're not going to give her the same amount of that pellet as a cow that's making like 110 pounds. So you got to make sure that their diet is balanced or only according to their needs, right? You just saw, I don't know if you guys caught that, but there was a little like spurt of, it looked like water, but that's actually a sanitizer on those brushes. I'm gonna go in there and just show you the brushes. It's gonna get kind of loud, so I might not talk a whole lot. Very high tech. All right, just because it's so loud in there, I'm gonna shut it. So you guys, I don't know if you were watching us in the 1 o'clock hour. We talked a lot about milk quality at the parlor and all the things that we do to inspect the milk. Well, here we don't have anybody doing a visual inspection of the milk before that milker machine goes on the cow. Actually, the robot does that. So as the milk's coming out, it's going over like a infrared scan, and so we call it a conductivity report. So if the milk is has any issue with color or texture or what do we call it? Like, I want to say viscosity, like the word, like it's just like how thick the milk is. Then it has settings on it, and so you can crank them way up. We want only accepting the highest quality milk. And if it doesn't meet some of those standards on the settings, it has a drain right there, and it just dumps the milk right down the drain, and it goes into our manure system. So it goes into our waste system, and then we can manage that. So yeah, very cool. So we're always tracking the milk quality and making sure you guys get really high quality milk. A milk going down the drain, we do cry over spilled milk, so we don't like to see that. We got to make sure that we're doing everything we can to make sure the cows are cared for, tracking their nutrition, and just constant herd checks throughout the day, tracking their movements. We even have like little necklaces on the cows. Like I said, I should be in the freestall barn, but tracking how many steps they're taking, how many times they're chewing, and if there's any variation in those reports, then we know that cow needs some attention. And so we can do a lot of preventative maintenance. When you guys get to watch the video that we talked to one of the vets in the UK, and we talked to him about 3 a.m. this morning. So go and watch that, and he talks all about the things and how far we've come in preventing illness on these cows, and it's just really cool. Like using this kind of technology just makes the cow health, makes the milk quality so much better. So yeah. Oh, did you just see what happened right there? She just got booted. She tried to come in when it wasn't. Her udder wasn't full. So what it does is it tracks the cow's milk production. And so the cow has to have a minimum of about 20 pounds of milk in her udder in order for the robot to engage. So it knows like, oh, she made 80 pounds of milk yesterday. She can get milked 4 times max. So she might have tried to just come in like 5 times. I don't know how much milk that one made. My cousin Tom, who you just met on the hayride, he actually has the Laley app on his phone, so he just pulls up like, 7712, how's she doing today? What's her records? And then he has access on his phone to about 101 different data points on every single cow here. So pretty cool. It just makes it so much easier for us to care for these cows and, like I said, do the preventative maintenance. If you guys have been watching at all today, we like to talk about continuous improvement, and we think just investing in technology and just having data on these cows is, I already said it in the interview with David Dar earlier, and we say it around here an awful lot. If you can't measure it, you can't manage it. And so we just got to know what we're dealing with and using that data to make decisions. So it's pretty cool. You know what? Let's see. How long have we been going? Melinda, how are we doing on time? Can I keep going?
Probably head back.
Oh, okay. What are we going to do?
No, we have s'mores.
Oh.
And then Anna Richards is getting on with us at 10:30, the lady that wrote the poem that we got to do.
Okay, so you guys are going to join us again. Should I just take them on the hayride with us, and they can just kind of... I think our hayride's pretty fun. I don't know if I want to say I need a break. I wonder if I just give this live feed off to Brad Jackson because Laura's watching. Yeah, Laura, Brad's here. You're home with the kids. Yep. We're going to make him do the live video. Brad, I totally just threw you under the bus. He doesn't even know. He's laughing and having fun. So if you guys are just joining in, I don't know if you've been following what's going on over here, but June 1st is World Milk Day. And so we have been celebrating all day long, starting at midnight, and we're going all the way till 11:59 p.m. So we're celebrating Dairy Discovery today too. Dairy Discovery is a nonprofit program. We try to provide you a personal connection to your food, and typically in the spring it would be our very busiest time where we would host thousands of kids to come out and do their end of the year field trips with us. And this year, because of the stay-at-home orders, we had 0 kids. So we're like, okay, we got to change things up here. What are we going to do? We decided to bring our farm, or bring these experiences to you via our online platform. So we thought, how better to do that than Facebook Live? Video is just very powerful, right? Feels like you're here. Do you guys feel like you're here? Yes? Okay, good. So that's what we thought, and decided to do it on World Milk Day. And I said, if we're going to do it on World Milk Day, we have to do every single hour, every single minute of World Milk Day. Yikes! Okay, I can spin it around.
You want to like?
Hi! So we've been going for quite a few hours now. We're almost done. World Milk Day is almost over. We hope you guys enjoyed the robot tour. That was the milking portion of the robot tour. Earlier this morning we toured the milking parlor, and so you can kind of compare and contrast those two things. That was in the 1 a.m. hour, and then you just saw the milking here at the robot. So we have 1,500 cows that we milk through the milking parlor, and then on our other location at the robot dairy is what we call it, we have 500 cows. So we have 2,000 cows that we milk every single day here. And some people are like, 2,000 seems crazy, but we're like, we could have more cows. That's fine with us. So I always tell the kids, guess what our favorite animal is? Like, we just love these cows. The cows are just such an amazing animal. Like, if you really think about it and break it down, these cows are creatures that can take hay and corn leaves and corn cobs, and they eat that, drink some water, and this little miracle happens in their body, and they can make milk. And that's what we're celebrating today. World Milk Day is just, pretty exciting. We talked to some other people in the industry this morning. They're like, it's like the Super Bowl for the dairy industry. So, if you think about it, it's just such an amazing product. It has 9 essential nutrients, all this, it's protein packed, 8 grams of protein. Did you hear that, Pete? I get totally mocked. There was this little parody of, I can't, dang it, it showed on my face, not yours. Yeah, so there's this little parody of the 12 days of Christmas that's all done for dairy. And my number was the 8th day. So I did 8 grams of protein, and I just get, we'll find it and repost it for you guys. So yeah, I get mocked incessantly about that. I don't care. 8 grams of protein is something to celebrate, people. So, yeah. Oh, if you guys are just starting to watch, what is going on? You're wondering. This is our advisory board. And we made them come at the end of the night just because we needed a little boost. We did a hayride. Everybody's got some wine and cheese, and we are pairing those things. Cheese is actually the featured dairy product of the 9 p.m. hour. So every hour we are bringing you a featured dairy product. We are bringing you some entertainment. This is your entertainment, if you guys didn't know. And then we are also bringing you education, and we're bringing you interview the expert or covering a hot topic. So, we even have more fun things for you to do. In just a second, we're going to get back to the farm. And before my dad left, he built us a little bonfire, and we're going to have s'mores. And then instead of doing s'mores with chocolate, Hershey's chocolate, we are going to have maple cream. If you guys missed it, the sunrise hour, 6 a.m., we were here celebrating World Milk Day. And we went back to our sugar shack, and we did a little lesson on how we make maple syrup. It is not maple syrup season, but we kind of made do, and hopefully you guys can still find it somewhat educational. So we make maple syrup, we make milk, we make beef here at our farm. And thank you for posting 24 hours of positive program. Love it. You are welcome. Appreciate that. So I hope you guys are having a good time celebrating World Milk Day. I know a lot of you probably had plans and have done a lot of events and activities celebrating World Milk Day, and we are just thankful that you could include us in your busy schedule. So as we're rounding out the end of World Milk Day, do you guys have any questions? Was there a hot topic that you really liked? Was there an educational station that you were like, didn't know about that? Tell me, I just kind of want to hear from you. We've been going a long time, and some of you maybe haven't commented, or maybe you still have a burning question out there, this is your chance. We're winding down, and so we need to hear from you. What do you want to know about a dairy farm? What do you want to know about where your food comes from? We've got some heavy hitters in the hayride right now. So they are here. Yeah, you guys are the... Hey. You guys are here. Oh, look at it. It's so dark.
Any questions for us experts?
Yeah.
We are
Yeah.
experts.
I'm interviewing the experts here. So we are going to head over and... Did we get some sticks?
I believe Joanna brought some.
Oh my gosh. Okay, so we're going to go over and get some marshmallows. Let's go, guys. Unless you want to just keep sitting by the cheese and drinking the wine. We can take the cheese. Okay. Cheese, marshmallows, maple syrup. No, maple cream. I've never had this before. The maple cream on a graham cracker. Yeah, maple cream is... gosh, you guys can't see anything. Some other fun facts in the in the world over here. I just bought an iPhone Saturday morning, and that is, you know, maybe some people don't care, but I have had Android for 20 years. My whole family has iPhones, and it's been this big point of contention, and they think like, oh, now you have iPhone. So I'm kind of learning and just really kind of struggling. Like, what a great idea. Switch to an iPhone the day before you go live streaming for 24 hours. So it's working out pretty good. My battery kept dying, so I had to do something and just got desperate. And yeah. Does anyone care about my iPhone? So, okay, I'm not going to talk about that anymore. No one liked it. So we got to
make s'mores with maple cream.
Hang on. Just a second.
Marshmallows and graham crackers. So instead of chocolate, we're using maple cream this time.
Okay, where's all this stuff?
It's right here.
Oh, I can see it.
All right, guys, come get a stick. Let's get started.
You guys.
Try our maple cream s'more.
Can somebody put like a flashlight on that?
Can you go get a knife?
I'm in the middle of something.
You don't need chocolate. I know,
So we got the
Kelly
maple
brought
cream there. Oh, somebody did bring the chocolate. Thank you guys. Just in case somebody didn't want maple cream. Who would say that? Okay, graham crackers. We got the marshmallows. Yeah, we got a nice little fire over here. Nobody's asking any questions, so. Oh, hi, ice cream genie. Oh, we love your ice cream. Can you make some more? The mint chocolate chip. Yum.
Maybe we can go for the vendor for July.
Are you serious? Ah, is she? I saw a thumbs up right there. That's good. Okay, very funny. So, did any of you guys watch during the day? Anybody? I know you guys have been here with me, you guys, but yeah, I'm still videoing. You did. Okay. What did you like about? What stuck out? Oh, you don't want to be. I'll just talk to Catherine. Yeah. What did you? I know. Wasn't it cool? Oh my gosh. Hi, Nathan Stock.
It made me very happy to see.
Oh.
Sorry, I didn't mean to.
No, yeah.
I was just speaking to that. It made me extremely happy to see all the women that were on the Facebook Live streaming today. It's just amazing to see all the women that are excited about agriculture and dairy specifically.
Yeah. Okay. So,
Especially.
Kelsey, were you on when Dairy Carrie and Marissa were both? I didn't even plan. That just like happened. So it was so cool.
Yeah.
Like I didn't plan for them to be back to back.
Fangirling.
Mhm.
I shared it like they're Dairy Carrie. Oh my goodness. I was so excited.
Yeah.
She's definitely somebody I admire in the dairy industry. So, Isabel, did you hear this already?
Yeah. No, it's been so cool. I'm trying to think my favorite. Well, I don't know. Trent Luce has just a soft spot in my heart because he came to our farm back in like 2008 at this neighbor night that we did. And it was one of the first like big events that we hosted where we tried to really reach the community and open up the farm. And so it was really, really scary and stressful. And he came out and just was like a powerhouse and just gave us like this shot in the arm to like keep going. And so that's why I was like, yay, I get to interview Trent Luce. And he just, yeah, I love how he's just such a straight shooter. That if there was one thing, maybe Trent, are you watching and you want to do another interview with me? We didn't get to finish some of our talk, so we'll have to do it again next year for World Milk Day. Just kidding. I'm not even going to talk about that. I'm so tired. But this has been so fun. So watched all throughout the day when I could. This is cool. Great job, everyone. Yeah. Yay, milk. Okay. Lots of likes there.
Yes, I like
Oh, somebody said, talk about our maple syrup. Oh, I was going to talk about our maple syrup because, yeah.
Maple cream s'more.
Oh, Melinda, you're just making them for people? Oh, that's so nice.
All right, who else wants
Okay.
maple cream s'more?
So maple cream s'mores, this is kind of a new thing. Alyssa, who is a tour guide at Dairy Discovery, just kind of told us about this, and we've been just so excited to try it. We're like, we are definitely doing that for World Milk Day. I know it doesn't really, we should go get the milk because, yeah, because we ate cheese, okay? We ate cheese this hour, so it's still good. So the maple syrup, we have been making maple syrup at Swiss Lane, well, actually for generations. My great-grandpa was first one, the Wingeyer family. They started making maple syrup in the woods behind their farm. And then when great-grandpa Fred Ersch came in, he married Lucy Wingeyer. And then as time went on, the Ersch family has kind of taken the lead on the maple syrup. So my kids would be the 6th generation to go back in our maple syrup woods and tap the trees every spring. And it's just so cool to see the renewal of spring and be out in, feel the sun for the first time in what seems like forever in Michigan, and experience the way that the sap flows out of the tree, and then you just make a fire and boil it, and then it boils out the water and you get syrup. So it's amazing. Well, you got to get it to like 219 degrees. If you guys go back and watch the video at 6 a.m., it's pretty cool. Very thorough tour, if I do say so myself, of the Sugar Shack. So that's a little bit about that. You may have said this earlier. Does your farm grow everything necessary to feed all your cows? We grow, this is a Tommy question. Where is he? Yeah, Tommy's going to talk to you about that. Mrs. Lyric. Oh yeah, Tommy's supposed to talk about manure too. Do you guys want to learn about manure? Hang on. Tom, can you answer this question? It says, does your farm grow everything necessary to feed all your cows? Do you want me to look at you?
We don't grow everything necessary. We grow all the necessary forages and grains to feed our cows, but there are some essential proteins and minerals that we do buy. We probably
You can kind of see your head more.
we grow all the forages. We grow all of our own corn. We do buy some proteins and minerals.
Yeah. So, like soybean meal, because Melinda was riding in the feed truck with Ryan earlier. That was at the 10 a.m. hour, and then we interviewed Marty. Did you know that? Mm-hmm. It was awesome. So if you want to learn a little bit more about what it takes to make sure that cows have really good feed, you can watch that.
A partial answer to that question would be, so we grow over 1,000 acres of soybeans. But the soybean, as a whole soybean, when we harvest it, doesn't make great feed for the cows because it'll just pass through the cows and needs to be processed first. So we sell our soybeans to Zealand Farm Services, they process the soybean, harvest the oil that we don't necessarily need to feed to the cows because they get enough other fats and energies from other sources. We just need the protein from the soybean that's in the ground bean meal that comes after the oil is harvested from the soybean. So we'll sell Seal and Farm Services our soybeans. They'll take the oil out. We'll buy the meal back that is the protein. So that's kind of how that works. And there's a lot of other processes like that. But there's some vitamins and minerals. Our cows' diets. If you watch Marty's presentation and his talk, I like to tell people we balance down to the part per million of vitamin E of what's in our cows' diets every day. They get the same diet day in and day out. They're creatures of habit and consistency, and they perform. A cow that's milking 100 pounds of milk is like you and I running a marathon every day, and so they need to eat a marathoner's diet, which is regimented, consistent, and balanced, and we work very hard to make sure. And so we obviously there's supplemental feeds that we have to buy to provide that marathoner's diet for our cows.
Awesome. So you kind of talked about the soybean and how like no part of that soybean is wasted pretty much. Like it's pretty cool. So the rest of the question there was, and do you recycle most everything? Like it kind of led right into that a little bit, right? So, but that kind of leads into the manure, which you're supposed to hit on a little bit.
Right down, yes, to so we put about 100 in our high producing cows. Our cows average eating about 120 pounds of feed per day, per cow, of actual food. Now a lot of that's water, so they eat about 55 to 60 pounds of dry matter per day, which is about 110 to 120 pounds of actual food on their plate that they take in every day. And obviously, so that equates to a significant amount of waste that comes out the back end of the cow that we have to deal with.
We called that manure in our early video.
When I say waste, I mean nutrition for our corn. So,
Hi, Brian.
we try to harvest every bit of nutrient out of the manure from the cows to reinvest as fertilizer for our corn. So I shouldn't even say the word waste because it's actually nutrition for our cropping enterprise. And we can't willy-nilly just spread it anywhere at any rate because we want to capture every piece of nitrogen and phosphorus and all the other trace minerals in that manure back into the corn at a specific rate. So we test the manure coming out of the cow. We know what the content of nutrition is, and then we meter it onto the field at a certain rate, knowing that we want to capture it all to grow the plant. We don't want to waste anything.
Yeah.
And like, for example, we grow wheat on our dairy, in our cropping enterprise. We harvest our wheat and we send it to the mill, King Milling in Lowell. Our hometown is Lowell, and they make flour for cookies and bread and all kinds of wonderful things. And we get the wheat mids back, like the piece of the wheat that can't be used to make flour. We buy back from the wheat mill.
Oh, Jenna had to tune in because we're talking about feed ingredients.
Of course she did. And fly control, probably.
Yeah. Jeez.
Oh, we sprayed our flies today. We spray the cows for flies 3 times a week.
Oh my gosh. A little commercial just for you, Jenna. Wow. So we were supposed to talk about manure with Matt, and he got too tired because he had to get up at 3:30 in the morning to go check the rye, and he couldn't get back to sleep. So he's like, I can't go to the bonfire. So you and Matt were supposed to talk, and I just felt like a part of what you were saying, you said, we use that manure from the cows to grow our crops. And one word that I just thought was the synergies. He loves to say that word. Talk about that.
Oh yeah, there's a huge synergy between growing crops and
He's going to be so proud of us.
Yeah. He's going to be disappointed that I don't know how many pounds of N in a pound of food.
Brad laughed too. Darn it.
Yeah, so the synergy between growing crops and making milk is we grow the feed, we feed it to the cow recycles it into milk and manure, and the manure goes back on the corn and the hay, alfalfa, and the soybeans, all in this like beautiful ecosystem that just works together and helps us be efficient. We don't have to buy, we buy very little commercial fertilizer compared to a large cropping operation that doesn't have dairy manure. And in fact, we do supply some dairy manure to some of our other local cropping enterprises, and at a specific rate and in a specific manner of application that doesn't let any of that nutrition leave the field and enter a water source or enter into a plant that isn't grown for dairy food. We want all of the manure nutrition going into a plant that is going to be grown to feed one of our cows here at Swiss Land.
So her question was about recycling. Did we answer that? I think so. Adela, I think she's happy. She said, thank you so much. Very informative.
You're the best at recycling.
Yeah. Better than anyone. Andy. Yeah. Hi, Heather. Andy Poling said, talk about how you took on this role you play at the farm. So we should talk about dairy.
You or me?
I don't know. Yeah, Andy. Who do you want to hear about? Tommy or Annie? Pick. You're still watching? Maybe he's done. For me, I took on this role. I started Dairy Discovery back in 2006. I just took it on because I needed something to keep me busy, and my kids were driving me nuts, and so we started something. No, actually, just kind of it was because of my kids, because I would go out, and as a mom, you talk about. Let's see if I can get. Everybody was talking, we're at soccer and stuff like that. I'm like, oh, what do you do? And I'm like, oh, we live on a farm.
Turn around and do it with your back to the bonfire.
Oh, so you guys can see the fire. Oh yeah.
There you go.
Just need a beer or wine and cheese with the fire. Okay. So in 2006, I started the Dairy Discovery Program just because I would talk to so many people, and they were like, what? A farm? Oh, didn't know anything about that. And I just was like, oh, didn't know it was not normal to live on a farm, and just thought everybody kind of knew the things that we knew growing up and kind of took it for granted, and thought I went to Clackle Orchards with my kids, and they were picking apples. It was like, you pick. There were tons of people there just investing in learning about their food and where it comes from. And I'm like, we've been doing that for years. My mom would always host the end of the year party at the farm, and just thought, well, we love having people out to the farm. Why don't we invite them out here? And I tried to make a little business out of it, and just as the kind of word got out, it just grew kind of organically without me really even trying. And then it got to the point in 2017 where I was like, I can't do this anymore. I need to do something different. And that's when we decided to go nonprofit. So it has been awesome. And I don't know if you can see all these people around here. They're our advisory board and also our Dairy Discovery team. And they're amazing. So I just think it was the best decision ever to do that, to go right to a nonprofit so I could get more support. And it's not just me doing it, and it can grow. And that's why we need you guys to help us so that we can keep educating people about where their food comes from, and learning about that miracle of milk, celebrating things like World Milk Day, and getting the message out there that we just want to have really high quality milk for you, and just do it in the best way possible. So
if I could just, this is Tommy again. So say a little bit about my role at Dairy Discovery in Swiss Lane. I play an interesting role as a managing partner of the dairy, and also a board member of Dairy Discovery. I get to live in this middle ground of tension between the dairy, who we've got Jared Scott watching right now, who's our cropping manager.
Hi, Jared.
Hi, Jared. Who gets to deal with, the some of the inefficiencies and some of the workarounds of managing his cropping enterprise around a tourism business for, April through October every year. And and he does a great job, and he's bought into it. But like as a managing partner, you know, for years we watched Dairy Discovery be this thing that wasn't necessarily. We all loved it, and we thought we were doing the right thing for our community. But at the same time, it was a drag, a bit of a financial drag on the dairy. And so, but every time we talk about, well, we have to change direction here and maybe not do Dairy Discovery because we can't just have something that's a leech off of the main enterprise, if you will. All of our vendors and other local dairies would say, hey,
he doesn't hold back at all, does he? Leech.
I'm telling the truth.
Okay. We talked about honesty a lot
and
today.
So transparency. And so, but our vendors and even other local dairies would be like, no, like you guys got to keep doing that. Like you're the only ones like sharing our industry in a truthful and honest and well thought out way. And so we were like, all right, that's when we decided, all right, if we're going to do this, we have to be a nonprofit. And at the same time, so it's been interesting. So having a nonprofit running alongside your business, it isn't without challenges, but we do have great people on our team that have bought into our vision of showing the way forward, and best practices, and telling our story, and not just our story, our industry's story. Our story is a story of a vibrant dairy economy in the U.S. We make the safest, cheapest food supply in the world, bar none, and we do it with a great standard for animal health and animal welfare and milk quality, and we have a story that we really are passionate that needs to be told, and not just our story but our industry's story. And so that's
Hi, Christy.
That's kind of I just wanted to just kind of tell that part of like this tension between running the main dairy enterprise and then Dairy Discovery. It doesn't come without its challenges, and that's why we're, today Danny's campaigning for support from our industry and from our community, because it's something that doesn't, our neighboring businesses that do tours charge almost double what we charge for a dairy tour, and that's what they have to charge to make a profit. But we are truly a nonprofit, and our advertising budget this year for Dairy Discovery is over $100,000.
No, total.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Right?
Yeah. I just didn't want you to say like one line item was $100,000.
No, but that's what we've budgeted to raise.
Yes. Yeah.
To make us
operational.
An operational, sustainable business. So,
sustainable organization. Right?
Yeah.
Okay. Because it's not really a business; it's a nonprofit. So, okay.
Any other questions?
Yeah, Andy, did that answer your question? Hi, Christy. So, no, nobody's asking. He said, we are so glad you're doing it. Well, we are too.
Cheers.
Cheers to that. So what time is it?
I don't know.
Melinda, how are we doing on time? Should I keep talking or what? Yeah, they were listening to our little rant. They liked it.
Did Tommy talk about manure?
He did.
Good.
I talked about all the things.
Oh, somebody's saying something. Tommy, which family member kept you inspired to stay on the farm?
I inspired everybody.
Wait, you were the inspiration? What is going on? Andy, I don't know what I was thinking. Which family member inspired me? Huh.
So Matt was going to talk.
I don't know. It's what I like is just kind of everybody all together and mixing. I don't have a favorite because at some point or another they all drive me nuts, and I think that's good. We kind of complement each other. There's something profile or like character profile or personality profile, and I am way over on one side of the graph and everybody else is over on the other side. So I just think it's good that we have diversity, and so I like that. I like being on a team. That's one of the things that I like. So I'm not going to pick a favorite, just like when my kids think I'm not going to pick a favorite with them. Sorry, Andy. There's just so many little things and little reasons why I like to be at the family business. Just something that's kind of bigger than yourself. You know, our farm has been here 105 years, and it's just kind of cool to think like, oh, maybe we could keep it going for another 200 years, and who knows what, and just being able to like have kind of rise up to the challenge. It is very challenging, and who knows if we're going to be able to do it. It's a pretty big task, but it's just, let's give it a try, right? So I kind of like thinking every day, like, what can we do tomorrow to do better than we did today? So a million little reasons like that. So family members, yeah, I don't know if you were here for the 5 o'clock hour. I hadn't had my second, or 5 p.m. hour. I hadn't had my second cup of coffee yet. And Matt Davis was talking about GMOs with Kim Bremer. And he was like, yeah, if you think about it, farmers are so healthy and they're around these GMOs and around pesticides. And Annie, can you tell us a little bit about your grandpa? And, you know, how old was he when he passed? Well, my grandpa passed in January, and I was like a little emotional, frazzled, and I'm just like, oh my gosh. Yeah, like there's a big hole in the center of our farm. Just having my grandpa pass in January and my grandma pass just the December before. So yeah, definitely my grandparents and that consistency. And then I don't know, my parents, and then yeah, I don't know. Just I guess my kids too. Just knowing that they can understand the value of hard work. It's one of the things that I value, maybe a little too much sometimes. If you ask James, he for sure would tell you that, right? So anyway, we're going to go ahead. Do you guys have any other questions for us? We're going to go ahead and, oh, wait. Cheers to the entire DD and Swiss Lane Farms crew. Your love for what you do inspires us all. Love you, Christy. Thank you.